So welcome to Friday afternoon yoga. I thought we'd start a little differently today, and this has to do with the energy center that we are activating. So I'm setting the timer for 1 minute. If you could please stand if you're not already. And we're gonna do a 1 minute shake. Yes, that's right. It's such a great way to release stagnant energy, as well as release stress or tension residual from any kind of fight or flight response in the body. So I'm gonna set the timer. And I'd like you to just start shaking. Anything, yeah, laugh, be silly with it. We're doing a little bit of soul movement right now, just what needs to move, what might feel a little creaky. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing a lot of creaks. Shaking, maybe even jumping, fluttering the lips. Get out of the head, go upside down and shake. We got 20 more seconds. Let it go. Take a deep inhale. Keep shaking out through the mouth. Ha! One more time, deep inhale. One more exhale through the mouth. Ah! And there's the timer. So now let's find a comfortable seat. Thanks for playing with me. And as per our community request, our next series of yoga classes will be an exploration again of the chakras, the main energy centers of the body. So what are the chakras? Well, knowledge of them dates back in history over 5,000 years. And this gem of wisdom was first found in the Upanishads, sacred Hindu writings that collectively form the Vedas. And the word Veda means knowledge. Upanishad translates to those who sit near. The Vedas are sacred scriptures that teach and share profound spiritual traditions and paths to awakening consciousness and ultimately enlightenment. So there are 7 main chakras, though we have many energy centers within the subtle energy body. The 7 main ones that we'll go through each day, 1 per day, is the root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. So today we're beginning with the root energy center, also known as Muladhara chakra. Here's some information from a website called Spacious Therapy, written by Shauna Freshwater, PhD. Mula means root, origin, essence. Adhara means basis or foundation. The physical location of this energy center is the coccyx at the base of the spine and the first 3 vertebrae at the base. It's a chakra of stability, security, and our basic needs. This is your primal animal nature of survival. Thus the shake. We talked about how animals, after fleeing from danger, shake it off literally to reset their nervous system. So the root chakra is comprised of whatever grounds you to stability in your life. This includes your basic needs such as food, water, shelter, safety, as well as your emotional needs of interconnection and being fearless. When these needs are met, you feel grounded and safe. When these are, it is the most important chakra, as this is the fundamental or mool chakra. So when it's balanced, it's open and energy is flowing. You feel a sense of belonging and secure in your actions and choices. And you have the ability to hold an increased sense of self-worth. You can harness courage, resourcefulness, and the will to live during challenging times. Imbalance of life force in the root chakra can leave us feeling restless or experiencing a lack of energy, sluggishness, which may be expressed as anxiety, worry, panic, depression, frustration, resentment, anger, rage, or having no interest in the world or in our own survival. There is a color associated with each energy center, and for the root, as I'm wearing today, it's the color red, which is dense, and it's the slowest of all the wavelengths of colors within the visible spectrum. Yet, it is the most stimulating. The natural element associated with the root energy center is earth, grounding. And there's a predominant sense as well, the olfactory or the smell. How to balance the root chakra? Well, physical exercise to get stagnant energy flowing, especially a yang followed by a yin, which will dictate today's yoga practice. Walking barefoot on the earth. Scents such as sandalwood, rosewood, rosemary, black pepper, clove, ginger, cedar, frankincense, myrrh. And certain yoga postures specifically target opening and helping to balance the root energy center. We'll practice these like knee to chest pose, head to knee pose, Janu Shirshasana, lotus, which will tackle parts of it. I'm seeing that it's hard to hear me right now. I'll turn down the music. In fact, I'll just go ahead and turn off the music. How's that? And squatting, Malasana. Is that better? Can you hear me better without the music playing? Okay. Tadasana, mountain pose. Think of what a mountain symbolizes: stability. Shavasana, horse pose, and Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. So besides those postures, of course, we'll have a well-rounded physical practice. There's a sound or mantra, a syllable, chant associated with each root energy center. And for the root, the sound is Lam, L-A-M. So we'll be chanting that in place of Om today. So here are a few positive affirmations that you might want to build into your intention in today's practice. I trust myself. I feel safe in my body. I have what I need. Mother Earth supports me. So let's begin. Drawing the knees bent apart, the soles of the feet together to touch. Placing the hands on your outer feet and rooting down through your pelvis. Close your eyes and uplift your spine, relaxing the shoulders slightly behind and down. And I'd like you to visualize your pelvis sinking down into the support of the earth, like roots burying beyond the surface of the ground. Feeling the sense of connection and stability with what physically holds your body up. Now, as you lift up through the spine, broadening the chest, take a deep breath. Exhaling, begin to hinge forward from your hips. Breathing in, continually lengthen the spine and broaden the chest. Breathing out, bowing towards the earth, where you might walk the hands forward, still anchoring the pelvis to the earth. Now let's allow 3 more deep breaths, focusing on sustaining the breath in fully, clearing the breath out deeply. Allow your breath to become more audible. And with your next inhalation, lead with your chest and begin to lift your spine. So find a comfortable seat to practice our 1 minute of Bhastrika Pranayama, bellows breath. I'll prepare the timer for that. And just for a review, here's how it's practiced. It's a Kriya, which means there's a physical action associated with it. Bellows breath is energizing and helps to clear the mind. It begins with the elbows bent apart, hands like this, sitting tall with the shoulders relaxed. We use the diaphragm, focusing on breathing into the belly, raising the arms, spreading the fingers, and breathing out through the nose, elbows rebend, hands like this. And it's rhythmic like this. So equal inhale, exhale, mouth closed, breathing through the nose, eyes closed, gaze directed inward between the eyes. So if you'd like to practice Bhastrika, start with your elbows bent apart, Hands like this. And I'm setting the timer ready for 1 minute. Begin. And relax. Rest your hands in your lap, breathe naturally, and just take a moment to observe the effects. Begin to cultivate a slow and steady breath with the mouth closed, while gently narrowing the back of your throat. Ujjayi Pranayama, or victorious breath. At the sound of your breathing, you intentionally serve as an anchor to center your attention. While listening to your breath, gently open your eyes. And let's rise up again to stand. We're going to begin with a grounding slow motion of Tai Chi. Actually, we're going to do 3 rounds of it. It's a sequence, and it's actually like a narrative, very connected to the rooting energy center. So we begin with the feet a little wider than hips distance apart, parallel. On an inhale, raise your arms overhead, feeling the palms lift towards the open sky above. As you exhale, press the palms downwards, slightly bend the knees and feel your feet firming into the earth, acknowledging solid ground below. Step 1 foot slightly back, palms start together, arms straight, and with an inhale, trace the horizon before you, acknowledging unlimited possibilities. As you exhale, step the back foot forward and embrace that. Bring the palms together and towards your heart, noting the possibilities within you. Take 2 steps forward as the palms face forward. This action, our doings. 2 steps back, observing the effects of our actions or receiving. Expand one arm across your chest, pressing the palm out to the side, a gesture of sending light. Other palm across your chest, press to the side, a gesture of sending love. Embrace as you stand tall, acknowledging life circumstances, embracing the tiger, all the challenges that have led you to here and now, your evolution. Then press the palms downwards, slightly bend the knees as you return to the mountain. So that's the sequence. We're going to do it 3 rounds, and then we're going to add a little ending to it. So standing tall, spread your toes and feel the earth connected to your body. Inhale, arms high, acknowledging open sky above. Exhale, palms down, grounding earth below. 1 step back, arms open slowly, acknowledging open horizon before you. Step forward, bring it back together through the palms and towards your heart, acknowledging open horizon within you. 2 steps forward, doing, giving. 2 steps back, receiving, observing. Cross one hand forward, sending light. Other hand, sending love. A big embrace the tiger, life's challenges. Palms to the earth, stand tall, return to the mountain. Feel the gesture of the movements. Inhale up, open sky above. Exhale down, earth below. One step back, open horizon before me. Step forward, hands together, open horizon within me. 2 steps forward, the act of giving. 2 steps back, receiving and observing. 1 palm across, sending light. Opposite palm across, sending love. Arms hug, embrace the tiger. Palms down, standing tall, return to the mountain. Last time. Arms high, open sky above. Exhale, palms down, grounding, earth below. 1 step back, open horizon before me. Step forward, palms together, open horizon within me. 2 steps forward, the act of doing and giving. 2 steps back, the act of receiving and observing. 1 palm across, sending light. Opposite palm across, sending love. Embrace the tiger and return to the mountain. Now this part, you walk in a circle from where you are as your palms create a circular motion from outward to you, from around you to you. And then you return back, and it symbolizes your acknowledgement of life cycles, nature cycles. You are nature too. And then we stand still and just twist, allowing the arms to gently tap your navel center right below the belly button. In Tai Chi or Qigong, you are tapping a great source of energy or Qi, prana, life force. And then left hand to heart, right hand to lower belly. Breathe in, breathe out, palms pressing down, stand tall, ground through the feet. Standing at the very top of your mat, we're going to flow right into sun salutation A. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Salutation to the sun, a source of energy. Exhale, bow forward towards the earth. Press your legs to the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Plant your hands, step into your version of plank pose, knees down or legs straight. As you exhale, carefully glide forward, hug the elbows towards your sides, and lower all the way. Ground the toes and inhale, coil your chest up to cobra pose. Press into the earth to lift the pelvis up and back. Tailbone rises like the peak of a mountain. In downward facing dog, let's take 3 to 5 deep breaths, whether you choose to hold still right away or take a moment to shift around if needed. What is your body asking for to help release any stagnant energy there might be? As you roll your triceps downward towards the earth, broaden across your shoulders and lengthen your neck by releasing your head. Then with very bent knees, lift your hips, look past your hands. At the end of your exhalation, lightly land at the top of your mat, forward fold. Press your legs to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, bow towards the earth again. Root into the earth. Inhale, rise tall, saluting the sun. Exhale, bring that back to your heart. Twice more, continuous flow. Inhale, sweep the space around you. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Step or lightly jump back to lower as you breathe out. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog, grounding through the tops of your feet. Exhale, lifting the hips back to downward facing dog. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths. Remembering what brought you to your yoga practice today, define your intention that you are moving for. Centered on that, bend your knees, look forward. At the bottom of your exhale, lightly land at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow towards the earth. Rooting down, inhale, rise tall, palms touch. Exhale, back to heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lengthen forward. Either float back to chaturanga or step back, then lower. Forward and down. Cobra or upward dog. Ground your hands and tops of your feet. Exhale, lift the pelvis back, downward facing dog. So from here, spin your left heel down, bend the right knee towards your nose, and step your right foot directly between your hands. For warrior two, root down through your feet and cartwheel your arms to rise up. We're going to add some motion before we hold. Keep your feet firmly rooted, straighten the legs, palms up. Inhale, lift tall. Shoulders stay relaxed. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, rebend the right knee. Warrior two. One more time. Inhale, palms up, legs straight. Exhale, back to warrior two. Now steady your gaze just past your right hand or close your eyes for about 5 more breaths. Feeling your right outer hip wrap underneath your body. The top of your left thigh bone firm back. Pelvis upright and neutral. Spine tall. Shoulders relaxed. Last 2 breaths. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Add a vinyasa of your choice. Whether it be a regular vinyasa, cat-cow, hold plank, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Once there, turn out your right foot, spin the right heel down the center line of your mat. Bend your left knee towards your nose. Step the foot directly between your hands. Root down through both feet and windmill your arms to rise up. And right away, steady your eyes to focus. Past the left hand or inward. Feel your left outer hip wrap underneath your body as you firm the top of your right thigh bone back. Pelvis upright, spine tall, shoulders relaxed. 2 more breaths in Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. We'll do this inverse because I forgot the flow to start. So let's now flow. Keep your feet where they are, straighten the legs, palms up. Inhale, lift. And exhale, rebend to warrior 2. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rebend to warrior 2. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, rebend to warrior 2. This time, lower your fingertips at the top of your mat and step your right foot forward so that your feet touch. Inhale, sweep the arms and rise all the way up to stand. Joining your hands together at your heart, let's prepare for tree pose. So shifting your weight onto your right foot. Turn out your left leg from the hip and hug the inside of your right ankle, calf, or thigh. Then be aware of your left and right hip bones. Try to level them. Think of zippering the lower belly in and up slightly towards the heart. Then feel your weight spread out through the 4 corners of your right foot as you spread the toes, allowing a lift up through the crown, maybe even lifting the arms, maybe the gaze. For about 3 more breaths. So what variation of tree pose for you in this moment allows you to feel grounded? And with an exhale, rejoin your palms at your heart, set your left foot down, and take a moment to release. If you need to shake it, if you need to dance it, just let it go. Second side, bring your feet to touch, join your hands at your heart. Shift your weight onto your left foot, turn out your right leg from the hip. Hug the inside of your left ankle, calf, or thigh firmly. Feel the alignment of your 2 hips rebalance as you draw the navel in and up. Press down through the 4 corners of your left foot, spreading the toes. Feel a lift up through the center line of your body without any added tension. Breathing in, breathing out. How is your body asking you to explore stability in this pose. Vrikshasana, tree pose. One more deep breath. Rejoin your hands at your heart and set the right foot down. Shake it out, move it out, however you need to release. And let's come back to the top of the mat, setting up for a slow motion of sun salutation V. Feet touching, bend your knees together to touch, and sink your weight towards your heels and chair for a few breaths. Now, if you're looking for more rigor, try grazing the floor with your fingertips and keeping your hips that low as you begin to lift your arms forward and up. Only lifting your arms to the height that still allows the shoulders to relax. You have space in the neck, no added tension there. Feel a natural curve in your lower back, not overarching like this, but drawing the tailbone down, drawing the belly in. Take another 2 breaths in Utkatasana, nice yang pose, keep building posture. With an exhale, shift forward and pulse. Press your legs to the floor, inhale, lengthen halfway. Step or lightly jump back to lower into your own vinyasa. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Once there, keep your hips leveled while inhaling to raise your right leg behind you. We're going to add a little heat building. So exhale, cross the right knee to touch left elbow or tricep, shifting forward to plank. Look ahead of your hands. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. This time tap right knee to right elbow or tricep forward in plank. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose, stepping right foot inside of your right hand. Keep your feet hips width apart and spin the back heel down. Keep your hips facing forward and slowly rise up into Virabhadrasana 1. Now let's hold for several breaths. As you bend your front knee right on top of the heel, plug your right thigh bone deeper into the hip socket. Keep that and straighten your left leg while pressing the outer heel into the earth. Spin the inner left thigh slightly towards the rear of your mat. Lift your frontal hip bones to draw the tailbone down, and then feel the rise of length through the crown of your head as you raise the arms. Relax the shoulders, steady your eyes ahead or up, maybe sealing the palms. Let's take 3 more breaths. Can you feel your weight equally rooted through both feet? Can you feel the stability of your pelvic bowl sitting upright, helping to elongate your spine? Clarity and breath in. Exhale, lower through your vinyasa. Whether it be cat-cow, holding plank, a few push-ups if you prefer, back to downward facing dog. Keeping your hips leveled, inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Looking forward, exhale, cross left knee to right elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale, raise the left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, touch left elbow or tricep in plank. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, round forward, knee to nose, stepping the foot just inside of your left hand. Keep your feet hips width apart and spin back heel to the ground. Keep your hips facing forward and root into the earth to rise up. Virabhadrasana 1. Now as you bend your front knee right on top of the ankle, draw the thigh bone back into the hip socket. As you straighten the right leg completely, press the outer heel into the ground and spin the inner thigh slightly towards the rear of your mat. Lifting the frontal hip bones, draw the tailbone down, lifting through the crown. Arms up, relax the shoulders. For about 3 more breaths, steady your gaze ahead or up, maybe sealing the palms. Deep inhale, exhale, let it go. Flow in your own way, moving to your pace of breath. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. With very bent knees, look ahead of your hands. Bottom of the exhalation, lightly land your feet together to touch. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Knees together and bent. Inhale, chair. Now pretend there's a wall behind your back. You could extend your arms forward to balance. Begin to slide your back down that wall very slowly until you can sit all the way down onto your mat. Then lift your legs up for a few breaths in bow pose. You can bend the knees. You could hold the backs of your legs. You can hold the floor. You can do 1 foot at a time. There are many variations. Find the truth of your body right now and commit. We're taking 7 more breaths. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, 7. Inhale, bring your tension to the base of your spine. Lift from there. Exhale, 6. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, 4. Inhale, soften the face. Exhale, 3. Deep breath in. Exhale, 2. 1 more breath. Exhale, slowly lower your legs. Let's set the feet apart, hips width apart. Parallel, extend the arms forward with the palms face up. Shoulders relax, lift the spine tall, and slowly lower your back to the ground for bridge pose. Once your head meets the earth, bring your arms down by your sides, walk your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips, but not quite, just almost. Press down to your feet. We're just doing bridge once, and then we'll enter 1 more back bend from here. Lift the pelvis up and actively stretch your tailbone forward towards the space between your knees. Tilt the chin back slightly, opening your throat, and count another 5 to 10 deep breaths before exhaling to lower the spine gently. Now, as you hold, you could bring the arms closer together, if possible, interlace the fingers. Just be careful not to bend the elbows apart, as that can be counterproductive in opening the fronts of your shoulders. Keep your thighs parallel. Feel the expansion of your lungs, the lift at the center of your chest. Feet grounded. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. When you finish, at your own pace, lowering the spine, we're going to slide the legs straight forward and roll over onto our bellies for our last back bend. So I'm offering right up into bow pose, which can feel a bit intense if your lower back is not feeling that warm right now. So if the latter, if you'd like something less intense, keep your legs straight and you'll lift everything you can like this in locust pose, Shalabhasana, for 5 to 10 breaths. Otherwise, to prepare for bow, bend your knees, catch hold of your outer feet with your hands, kick your legs towards straight while pulling your feet to lift the knees, and then coil your chest up, counting 5 to 10 deep breaths. Now try to keep your knees no wider apart than hips distance. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Feel the blossoming open of your chest. Relax the jaw. Feel the steady rhythm of your breath. When you're finished, we'll meet in child's pose, sliding all the way back to your feet, feet touching. Knees can be together or apart. Do what's most comfortable. And just let the head rest down. Arms wherever you like. Take 3 to 5 slow exhalations through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. When you're ready, walk the hands back alongside your knees. Slowly roll your spine up on an inhale Then come to sit with your legs in front of you for a spinal twist, entering the yin portion of our practice, a longer cool down. Extend your left leg forward. Either step your right foot in front of the hip or go further in the setup and cross the foot outside your left knee. Or go further and also bend your left knee. Just make sure your pelvis is balanced, your spine is upright, and then circle your right hand behind your pelvis on the floor. Raise the left arm, press into the ground, so root down, and breathe in to rise up taller. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, twist to your right, lowering your left arm, either on your shin or hooking your elbow outside the thigh. Keep drawing the shoulders and pelvis down as you breathe length up through your crown. Exhaling to deepen the twist for about 3 more breaths. At the end of your exhale, slowly unwind your spine. And before switching sides, we're going to do that head to knee pose, Janu Sirsasana. So keeping the right leg bent, straighten the left leg forward, flexing the left foot. If you have a strap, you could wrap it around the ball of the foot to help you. Bring the sole of your right foot high on the inside of your left thigh. Ground the sitting bones. If no strap, place your hands on the floor alongside your leg. Roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe length through the spine as you ground the pelvis. And then extend your heart forward, keeping your throat open. Begin to fold. Breath by breath, finding the range of bowing towards your left shin that allows full length of breath and spine. Keep flexing your left foot. Let's take one more breath here. Janu Sirsasana. Then leading with your chest, breathe in to slowly rise up. Let's set up for the twist first on side 2. So extend your right leg forward, bend your left knee and step the foot either in front of your hip or outside of your right knee, in which you might also bend the right knee. Backstroke the left hand behind your pelvis, raise the right arm, root into the ground and breathe length through the spine. Exhale, twist, lowering the right arm on your shin or hooking the elbow outside of your thigh. Inhale, lengthen and ground. Exhale, continue to twist for 3 more breaths. At the end of the exhale, gently unwind your spine. And let's keep the left knee bent, preparing for Janu Sirsasana. Straighten the right leg forward, flex the foot. If you have a strap, wrap it around the ball of the foot. Place the sole of your left foot high on your inner right thigh. Ground the sitting bones, lift through the spine. If no strap, place your hands on the ground and lead with your chest as you begin to fold. Inhale, keep firming down to the pelvis, elongate your spine. Exhale, hug the belly towards the back, and continue to fold. 3 more breaths. In the practice of ahimsa, it's good to be observant when we might be adding tension in the pose. Like rounding forward, feeling as though we're going deeper, where sometimes taking a step back physically allows more space, allows more depth. So using your discernment, inhale, lead with your chest, and slowly rise up. Nice. So we're gonna enter a squat of your choice. So we're gonna start with the gentlest version, and I'll show you the different levels of it, and you can see what your body wants to do right now. So the gentlest version is to stay seated. You can even sit on a block or on a pillow if that's more helpful to lengthen the spine. You step the feet apart and you bend the knees, but you want to make sure that you're turning out the legs from your hips, not isolating the turn out from the knees, and the ankles is okay. So from here, you can hold on to your calves, your thighs, whatever helps you to sit tall or in front of you. You want to think of rebounding the force downward from your pelvis to actually lift up taller through your spine and heart, relaxing the shoulders. Hear the theme of rooting down to lift up. So you could stay here, or the next version of the twist is to actually step the feet a little wider than hips width and to lift the pelvis off the floor to hover, still turning out the legs from the hips, making sure that the middle of your knees are pointing in the same direction as the middle toes under. And then here you could bring your hands to heart center, using the elbows to encourage the inner thighs to splay apart. Same action, root down through your feet and pelvis, lift up through the center line of your torso. Let's take a few breaths here. Relax the shoulders slightly behind you and down. Feel the breath in. Fill up your belly, then your side ribs, then your chest. Then empty the breath completely through the nose. Inhaling into the belly, side ribs, chest, then exhaling completely through your nose. One more breath in Malasana. Squats. Now from here, lower down to sit, and I invite you to choose which hip opener you'd like to get into. Lying on your back, you could take figure 4 or supine single pigeon pose, crossing right ankle over left thigh, flexing right foot, or going upright, using the weight of gravity. You start on all fours for the upright single pigeon, sliding the right calf across the mat in front of your pelvis and straightening the left leg behind you. So if you're doing this, the ladder, tuck your left toes for a moment, place your hands alongside your hips, and do lift your pelvis to help scissor your right hip back, your left hip forward, so they're equally facing the front of your mat. Then if there's a gap between the right glute and the floor, fill that gap with some object, like a block. Here, lifting the chest, relax the back toes, and just take your time, folding forward, or even adding a spiraling of the spine, sliding left arm under right bent elbow, so you're twisting in the direction of your front leg, and resting the left side of your head on a prop or on the ground. So whichever version of this hip opener, let's take 5 more deep breaths before switching sides. Last deep breath. Now, if you're on your back, prepare to do side 2 on your back as well. Do the same posture for side 2, even though the depth of it might be different. If you're upright, begin to lift your body to all fours, hands and knees. You might like to give that right leg a little shake out, encourage blood flow into the right hip before switching sides. Then from all fours, slide your left calf across the mat in front of your pelvis. Straighten your right leg behind you and tuck the toes. Place your hands alongside your hips and lift your pelvis. Just a moment to scissor your left hip back, your right hip forward, and perhaps place an object under your left glute to keep the alignment of your hips. Then lift the chest, relax the back toes, and take your time exploring the depth of side 2 of your hips. Notice if there's anything different you need to pay attention to. 5 more deep breaths. If you went into the twist, this side it's right arm under left bent elbow. Deep inhale and exhale. Begin to release out of that posture. If you're lying down, you might like to take happy baby pose a moment. Otherwise, come back to hands and knees and give your left leg some movement at the hip. Let's meet sitting upright again. Crossing your right ankle over your left thigh. Just take hold of your right foot and we're just gonna give the ankle some movement. Circling, point, oh, hello, point and flex. I don't know if you heard that. Just bringing attention to flexibility of the ankle joint. As you're turning out the leg, you're turning out from the hip. And then take this right ankle and cross it over the left hip crease as much as you can. And see if you can ground the sitting bones, place the hands alongside the hips. Left foot is flexed to help you get anchored. And then lift up through the spine, just 2 deep breaths here. This is half lotus pose. Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana. And then from here, release the right leg forward. Let's switch. Bend the left knee, turn out from the hip, and then give your left ankle some movement. Circling in one direction, and switching, pointing, and flexing the foot. So Padmasana requires very open hips, but also the knees and the ankles need to be pretty flexible as well. So please do not force yourself in it. Just take it as a course. I know that you're wise to take your time. Just feeling out your body as you go through the levels of depth. So take that right ankle and cross it above your left hip crease as much as you comfortably can. And then place your hands alongside your hips. Ground the pelvis, lift the spine, relax the shoulders, and just take 2 more deep breaths. Release the left leg forward and just roll your thighs inward and outward a few times. Now we're going to take it a step further, but you could always pause back at the step you just arrived at and just see how it feels. So pick up your right leg, turn it out from the hip, and then cross the ankle over your left hip crease. Press the hands into the ground, sit tall. Notice as you start to bend your left knee, taking hold of your left ankle, as you lift it slowly, is the knee okay? If it's not, put it back down and just stay right here and make it a cross-legged seat. If the knee's okay with it, take it further and cross the left ankle over the right hip crease. This is different from sitting cross-legged. This is lotus pose, like the flower. If you're able to sit tall comfortably, breathe comfortably, you can bring your fingers into the mudra of lotus, which is actually a symbol of compassion. So it's bringing the thumbs together, the pinky fingers together, and it's like the lotus flower. Taking just 3 more deep breaths. With an exhale, release slowly. Remember, the transitions are important to be mindful in. So slowly uncross the left leg straight, the right leg straight, and just roll your thighs inward and outward. Shake your feet. Let's try the second side. So bend the left knee, turn out from the hip, cross the left ankle over the right hip crease, sit tall, and just see how that feels. If it feels like you could go a little further, start to bend your right knee. I already know this ankle is saying that's enough, so I'm going to stay here, but I'll tell you if you want to take it further. Bend your right knee, turn out from the hip, and take hold of your outer right ankle with your left hand. Just see if lifting it off the ground, the knee feels okay with it. If it does, then take it a little further and place the right ankle on your left hip crease. Then ground the hands, ground the pelvis, and sit tall. Shoulders back and down, maybe a lotus mudra with the hands. That symbolizes compassion. 3 more breaths. And let it go. Let's extend both legs forward to prepare for a forward fold in Paschimottanasana. Separating your feet hips distance, If you'd like to use a strap, place it at the balls of your feet, but use enough slack where your shoulders can be back and down. Have most length in the spine. If you don't have a strap, grab your two imaginary ones from the sky and get a little taller as you pull them. Relax the shoulders down, hug the belly towards the back, and then lead with your heart so it keeps the throat open rather than leading with your head, which closes the throat. And then extending your arms forward. If you don't have a strap, catch hold of the backs of your legs and walk your hands downward, keeping the shoulders back away from the neck and a slight lift in your chest. You might even clasp your big toes. Let's take 3 more breaths in this grounding. Paschimottanasana. And begin to rise from the heart center, breathing in, lowering all the way down to your back into corpse pose, Shavasana. So as you lie down, closing your eyes, splay your arms, splay your legs, and just let the muscles unwind, feeling the support of earth catching your body. Let go of controlling your breathing, feeling the support of your lungs, your respiratory system, and the natural element of air. We'll be here for a few minutes before our optional 10-minute guided meditation on releasing fear, anxiety, or worry. Lying still, feel the effects of your asana practice on your body and breath. With eyes closed, begin to gently move your fingers and toes. Ease into stretching your arms, your neck, your legs. And gather your knees into your chest like a warm embrace of your whole body. Turn gently to your right side in this fetal position, resting. Gradually press into the ground and lift your body upright, either to close this practice or to enter our 10-minute guided meditation. If you're sitting to meditate, allow a posture that facilitates easy, natural breathing and alertness of mind. Let's begin. This meditation is for grounding and trust, balancing your root chakra. Take a moment to feel your hands, to feel your arms and shoulders. And I invite you to take a deeper breath in and actually squeeze your hands into fists, shrug the shoulders and feel tension. Then with a big exhale through the mouth, release that tension consciously. Feel your fingers unravel. Feel the fingers and shoulders soften. Now bring your attention to your feet and your legs, however you're sitting. Let's do the same there. Take a deeper inhalation and do tense your feet, whether it's flexing or pointing. Feel the calves engaged, the quadriceps, the hamstrings. Hold a moment and feel that before opening the mouth and letting go consciously. Feeling a sense of sweet surrender. One more. Focus on your torso, your belly. Take a deep breath and actually contract the belly. See if you can even contract the muscles in your back. Maybe the hips contract, the glutes. Hold a moment. Feel that. And as you take a big exhale through the mouth, release it. Return to a natural flow of breath, however it is now. Having felt your ability to choose to tense or choose to surrender. Feeling the beauty of releasing of what doesn't serve you, mind, body, or breath. Now feel what your body is sitting on. Feel the stability of that connection. Observe as you continue to breathe naturally the space around you and how it supports you here in this practice of turning your attention inward. Trusting that support, witness your body's sensations and where you may have tended to tense, whether it's habitually over years or just today in the physical practice of yoga. Notice any emotion revealed by that tension. Perhaps fear, worry, or anxiety. Allow breath to flow as you detach from analyzing that emotion with your mind. Allow a moment to just feel its presence in your body without resistance. as your breath anchors you as the observer of that emotion. Give it space to be felt. Understand its purpose may be to reveal some part of you that forgets to recognize your true nature. That is limitless peace, infinite possibility. Feel the breath in, feel the breath out. No resistance. Now, as though you were watching a movie of your own life, allow the emotion to demonstrate a scene or context in which it's triggered. No need to dive into the details of the storyline. Just watch from a distance where you can see from a bigger perspective. As you feel your body breathing, remember you are infinite consciousness observing. You're not your finite body, nor the changing thoughts of your mind. Feel the breath in. Feel the release through exhales. Remembering you exist and will continue to exist beyond body, beyond thoughts, beyond the circumstance, causing the fear, worry, or anxiety. Now feel the ease and flow of your body breathing as you remember that challenges and discomfort are messengers of insight, opportunities to strengthen your alignment to self, true self, as soul, as well as gateways to receive grace. Now, as I count from 3, I invite you to breathe in and say within, I am. As I count from 5, I invite you to exhale and say within, pure consciousness. That's inhale 3, I am. Exhale 5, pure consciousness. Let's begin. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel your mind surrender the burden of emotional investments in a particular outcome. Trust your ability to be grounded and rise within any situation. You've come this far. Trust your ability to see beyond circumstance. Trust that you are supported and parts of greater consciousness. Allowing deeper breaths to bring you back to the external environment. Joining your palms to meet at your heart and bowing in to close. Let's close rather than with Om, the seed sound of the root chakra, which is Lam, 3 times, L-A-M. I invite you to feel the resonance and picture the sound entering the base of your spine and resonating there. Take a deep breath for the first of 3. La. Picture the color red. La. La. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.